Hey, Tony Gaskins here, popping in. Not sure how long this video will be, but I want to touch on love languages. Sometimes people don't really fully understand. Now, I read the short book, but see, I live this. So when you live something, you don't have to read something when you live it. And one thing that you have to understand, and you'll notice this. So let's say a person comes from poverty and they had to get it how they live. They became a stripper, and she grinding to make money. She robbing, she hustling. So having things becomes a love language because those gifts mean something because she missed Christmas. She missed so many Christmases that gifts start to mean something. And gifts may mean something more than faithfulness. Now, see, there go a sixth love language, faithfulness. All right. Seventh love language, honesty. Okay. So that's why you'll see some men use purses and cars and jewelry to get a woman back. And that's honestly why it works. Because if you speak somebody's love language fluently, they might not even understand how you're getting them back. And so what you have to understand is that a love language that a person speaks, it could come from a healthy place or it could come from an unhealthy place. So a lot of times our love languages is based on where we were deprived. And so if you were never affirmed and told that you're great and that you can be anything and that you're amazing and that you're so smart, then words of affirmation may be a love language because you need that. At the same time, it could come from a positive place because you were affirmed, so you became accustomed to that, and that became a part of how you function. And so you have to realize that. And so for me, I love physical touch. And I don't know why I love physical touch, but if my wife massaging my scalp or you pulling on my ear, I used to ain't like her to touch my face because, I ain't like my skin. And I ain't like her to touch my face because I had struggled, with acne in middle school. And so even though I had outgrew it, I still was self-conscious about that. And so when we first started dating, she used to touch my face. I was like, hey, stop touching my face now. Stop touching my face. So now she really don't touch my face because of that. Because I, scarred her in the beginning. And I don't have the same issue anymore. But that's what she learned in the beginning. Hey, don't touch my face. So every now and then, she'll massage my head, massage my neck, which when she's sitting by me. And that thing just send me, ooh. Now, words of affirmation, I'm not really, when you online and you have a following, you read stuff and people, will send you praise. And so that's not really a big need. Gifts, I do not like gifts because I like giving gifts. I'd rather give a gift than get a gift. And me, I rather quality time and something that's thoughtful versus just a lot of money. Just spending money on a gift. Now, I'm not totally against gifts, but especially now that I could buy, a gift for myself, I really like a thoughtful gift, quality time of some sort, something to where, instead of buying me a Louis Vuitton duffel bag, spend that money and rent a yacht for 4 hours. We go out on the water and eat, charcuterie. Some of y'all don't know what charcuterie is. You thought I was talking about love making. No. Talking about the cheese with the meat on the board. All right. Come on now. Y'all got to, all right. You got to get out the hood. All right. Charcuterie. Look it up. Can't tell you how to spell it. CHAC, what to start with. Then I think it's a U. Anyways, so that's what I like. So and the other thing, so last night I was Googling yacht rentals. And so in my city, we buy water. So close to 4 hours on a 56-foot yacht is, I think it said $1,600. It's a lot of money now. That's a lot of money. But that's cheaper than designer. That first intro purse that a woman get, that Louis Vuitton Never Full, running around about $1,600 now. So me personally, instead of a designer gift, I'd rather that time on the water. Now, somebody else, my wife, may rather that purse versus going out in the hot sun on a yacht for 4 hours just looking at water. And then you can't take the boat with you. You can't take the waves with you. And all you taking with you is burnt shoulders, burnt nose, and, you know, a tan. Whereas with that purse or that gift, whatever it may be, wallet, shoes, whether it's $100, $50, could wear it every day. So certain people may like gifts. Somebody else may like quality time. So what you have to do in your relationship is you have to go through love languages. And Dr. Gary Chapman had the 5 love languages, but one of those love languages isn't faithfulness. So some people like, hey, just be faithful to me. Like, you ain't got to pump my head up with no words. You ain't got to get me no gifts. Just be faithful to me. Somebody else, just be honest with me. Just tell me the truth. Now we at 7 love languages right there. And so I done heard so many women say, why can't a man just be honest? Why can't he just be straight up? Just tell me how he feels. Just tell me whether he want me or not. Just tell me what he thinking. That's a love language. Just because it ain't in the book don't mean it's not a love language. It's not a love language. So what you have to do in your relationship is you have to express to your partner what you need. Like, you need to have once a month a 30-minute to 1 hour what we need session. And whoever remembers it, get a cookie, and you bring it up and say, hey, remember we need to do our what we need session. And in that session, every month, you say, whoever bring it up, you ask the person, okay, so what do you need from me? And you hear what he or she tells you, what they need from you. And then it's your turn. You express what you need from them. In this session, you are not arguing. You're not making excuses. So if my wife say, I need more undivided time, I can't say, well, I got to pay these bills. What you mean undivided time? I got to pay bills, So I got to, go to work. I got to be coaching people. I got to be writing books. I got to be on YouTube doing videos. What you talking about? Undivided attention. I can't make excuses. I say, okay, cool. All right. I'm going to get my work out the way. Undivided attention. If I tell her, hey, I need more affection, more physical touch. Her thing can't be, I'm so tired. I'm running all over the place. No, it just got to be, all right, I'm going to sit down beside you. I'm going to rub your neck, rub your head, pat your back, whatever it may be. So when you sit down and you express this, now on the other side, you're not making excuses. Yes, you busy. Yes, you tired. Yes, you got to pay bills. Yes, you got a lot going on. All that. You got all that going on. Y'all, hold on right quick. Commercial break. Got a little, look like a little gnat. Look like he wanted to get out my door. Like he was trying to get out. All right, bro. I'm gonna free you now. Go on, get up out of here. Yeah, man. I had me a little gnat in here. Just had me a gnat. I see one of them today. They were painting my front doors, and had the doors open. You got to let the doors stay open, so the world and came in my house. And so this is what you have to do in this conversation. Now you get up from this conversation, okay, boom. Go on about your business. Now you doing what it takes to love your partner. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. See, a lot of times, and this is where the mistake happens. The mistake happens when we take and we love someone the way we want to be loved. That's where the mistake happens. Now, they may not be against your love, but that may not be his or her preference. They may appreciate that sign of love, but that may not be his or her preference. And that's what you have to understand. So, example, early on in my relationship with my wife, I would, if I'm doing something for her, if I'm planning something for her, I may say, okay, let's do dinner and a movie. That's not her idea of a good birthday. See, I'm real low key. I'm real chill. So I just like to just want to chill. I ain't hard to please. So I ain't got to do all this here too much. Now with her, she more active. She like to, get out and be active. So I remember for one of my birthdays, she planned at the club. And we was young. I was still in a little bit of sin. No, I think we was married. I think I was turning 25. So she rounded up my homeboys, and she booked out a VIP table at a little nice, classy club. And we all went to the club, and they had the little drinks on the table. I didn't really drink. And it was dancing. It was a night of dancing. And so after I had talked to her, and I said, baby, listen, I'm not a clubber. Like, I don't go to no club. And then you calling these Negroes, I didn't want to see them on my birthday. So we had to get to the point where we understand like what each other needs. And then now we start to speak the other person's love language instead of speaking our love language. And this is the mistake that we make in relationships. Is like my wife, I'm a talker. So as you could tell from all these videos, one-on-one, I'm a talker now. I could go if it's something I want to talk about. But for me, if I'm talking to my wife, I could talk probably 3 hours if I'm talking about something, addressing an issue in a relationship that need to be addressed. Oh, I could go 3 hours. Her, a sentence. She don't need no 3-hour dissertation. One sentence. That's all she need, or what need to be done. And that's how she do business. That's how she run. That's how she run her life. She'll tell me, this is what I need. Done. Ain't no all this extra talking about it and running it in the ground. So I had to learn that. She don't do well with long, drawn out conversations on something. Just state what you need. All right, and boom, now we can do it. And so you have to learn your partner, and they have to learn you. And here's the thing. Both of you have to have a vested interest in each other so that it's not one-sided. It's a two-way street. This ain't a one-way street. This is a two-way street. So while you learning your partner need to learn you. And if y'all could do that, if you could get to that place where you could do that right there, and y'all building, and you speaking the other person's love language, that right there is what takes your relationship from average to great. And so it's kind of like, it's like this right here. See, my wife, one of her love languages is gifts. And the reason why one of her love languages is gifts is because she came up to where she didn't always have money. Her mama didn't always have money. Coming from Jamaica, it's a period of time where you got to work under the table if something doesn't expire. And then her mama eventually got married, and it made it easier to get her paperwork. Got her paperwork. Now she legal, and so then you're able to work a little bit more, but yet still you ain't making no buku money. But so it was times in their journey of being in America after coming from Jamaica that it was some tough times. It was time where there was no money. It was times where family members had to buy gifts and school clothes. And so my wife, she has this thing to where now that she in a position and we have a few finances, and we can afford a couple things, that she wants to live life. And so for her, one of her love languages is gifts. She loves fashion. She loves fashion. She don't like to go overboard, but she loves fashion. Me personally, I really don't care about gifts. Now I like to look good now, but for her, I could buy her a gift and it won't upset her. Like, it won't upset her. Too many gifts will actually upset me. I'll be like, listen, stop getting me gifts. I do not want to give, please. I'd rather you cook a dinner. I'd rather you cook me a meal. Like, come on here and massage my scalp. I do not need no Gucci shoes. Like me, I'm not into gifts like that. So for my wife, this how it looks. I will take and buy her a for nothing gift, what I call it. I buy her a for nothing gift. I get an email from a store. I see something that's new, it just released. Boom, I buy it. And she'll get that gift. She fall in love with it. She switch over to it. If it's a purse, she'll switch out her purse that she used and go to this purse. And she'll rock that purse out. And to me, it shows appreciation. She's saying thank you. And she love it. She comment on it. She talk about it. And then in exchange, she'll come and rub my head. She'll go cook a nice meal. And for me, and it don't matter what I spend on that gift. For me, when she cooked that meal is equivalent to that gift in my mind. Now, some people may be like, what? You spent such and such on a purse and then you happy she cooked a meal? Yeah. That is the power of speaking someone's love language. It is magnified in their mind. So it may be something small to you. I remember when I started doing for nothing gifts on Thursday, I would go to Target and get like a $12 sundress. And just her getting that gift, it meant something. She radiated. She lit up. It was like, wow. And I was like, man, that's something. But that just comes from her personality. Just liking new things. Just liking to open things. Just liking to meet new people. Meet new things. Have new experiences. So for our 8-year anniversary, she took and she did something. It was for both of us. So it was, some stuff was my style, some stuff was her style. So in this 8 things, she had clues. She had 8 different clues. And it was like in cards, and it would be written, and it'd be a clue. And so one of the things we did, we got on Segways and we did a tour of downtown. I like that. Another thing we did, I think we might have went out to dinner or to the movie. I love the movies. But I'm gonna tell you the one thing I really remember. We did skydiving. I said, hold on now. Skydive. You talking about that iFly? We going to iFly? No. We went to skydive out the real plane. I said, okay, now, what's a special little plane, like a little bitty plane that just kind of go up just a little bit and you just jump 100 feet and you just with your parachute? No, 14,000 feet. I said, hold on now. When I get on a plane to fly somewhere, they cut on the Wi-Fi at 10,000 feet. So you telling, and that's high. for them to cut that Wi-Fi on. So now you telling me we going 14,000 feet, and then what? And then what I'm about to do? Jump out the plane? Oh no. I like to keep my feet on solid ground. That's why I serve the Lord, the rock, the solid rock of the ground of Gibraltar. I like to keep my feet on solid ground. But guess what? My wife was like, well, it's our anniversary, so it's some stuff for you, some stuff for me. I'm like, oh, listen, right now this is my anniversary. We should have thought more so about me on this one, because skydiving. I'm like, so what if I die? So we got up there in the plane, and let me tell you why I did it. The reason why I did it is because that's what she wanted to do. And I wanted to show her, I will die for you. I'm willing to die for you. We get up in these people plane and we jump out, and I mess around and have a hole in my parachute. That's all she wrote. That's all she wrote. But I'm willing to do this for you. Because see, I know men like me. I know it's a lot of men that's like me that come from where I come from. The men that I know, they're not getting out of their comfort zone for nobody. The men that I know, they're not doing nothing for no woman that they're not comfortable with. But me, I needed to show my wife, because I know that's typical for a man. And I did not want to be a typical man for her. And I did not want to do it. Now, I could have put my foot down, but it would have really hurt her. Because I'm like, man, you don't trust me? Like, you don't want to live an adventure with me? So, I got up there. Bubble guts, stomach went to gurgling. I looked up, they said the sign say, please no flatulence. I say, nah, what do they think people getting erection up here? I said, hey, what that sign talking about flatulence? She's telling me that saying don't pass gas. I was like, oh, let me suck that back in. But I was just getting ready to let one go. Cause you going up there like that and you nervous. I was just finna let me an SBD out. Y'all remember the silent but deadly? I was just finna. I was sucked it back in. And then here go the man. Here go my wife, she go. They just dive on out there. I'm like, oh Lord. Here he go with me. He want to get me up there and do a back somersault, Gabrielle Douglas, gold medal winning flip out the plane. I say, I'm in the air and I'm just flipping. I'm like, Lord, what in the world going on? I'm in the matrix. I'm like, Lord. Came down. He fly his way. I'm flying myself. My face pulled back. All my skin, my cheek. They say smiles. So the wind. So I'm smiling. I'm just flying from 14,000 feet. I'm coming in heavy on the ground. And I'm like, okay, now how we supposed to land now? They say land on your knee. I'm like, what? So I land on my knee. Ooh. About broke my knee. About broke my thigh bone. About broke everything. Hit the ground. I get up and I just was numb the whole time. The whole thing. But I did that for my wife. And see, I share that story and I want to walk you all the way through that. Because I'm going to tell you that was the scariest thing I ever did in my life. And I'm going to tell you like, I'll never do it again. I told my wife, I said, listen, I'm going to do this for you one time. Don't ask me about this again. Don't bring this up on year 20, year 25, year 50. Do not bring this up again. I'm doing this one time. I love you. I just want you to know I love you. That I'm willing to do this for you. Because you could have took me to iFly. But you taking me up here with the birds, the fowls of the air that the Lord feed. And so that right there, that was her love language. Because she adventurous. She go to the roller coaster. She like to go on the roller coaster. I used to like roller coasters in high school at the fair. When the fair come to the area. I used to like roller coasters. But it was just, I don't know what it was. Once I hit a certain age, I don't know if after I became a father, I just lost. Roller coasters no longer made sense to me. But my wife, she loved to go to Busch Gardens and she loved to get on her roller coasters. I could do 2 roller coasters, then I'm sick. I don't know what it is and why, but I get on that roller coaster, and when I tell you I'm at the top of my lungs, I'm at the top of my lungs. I mean, people, the guys, they looking at me, they laugh. The white guys, they looking at me, they laughing. You hear me? I'm screaming louder than any woman that ever screamed in the history of screaming. But I'm doing it for my wife, because that's her love language. If I say, I ain't doing that. So now, I'm not willing to sacrifice for love. On my birthday, my wife, she'll do what I want to do for my birthday, which she knows is typically dinner and a movie. Something low-key, something chill. It's probably, for her, my birthday probably a snooze fest. It's probably a snooze fest. She probably want to do a whole lot more activity, have a lot going on, but she doing that for me. And this is where we fail in relationships, is we try to just love somebody the way we want to love. But you have to love your partner the way they need to be loved, not the way you want to love. And you can't, and especially to the men, don't get in there. Well, I'm from the street, so like, I really ain't with all that. All the roller coasters and all that. I ain't with all that. I'm not doing none of that. ATVs, parasailing. I ain't doing none of that. Cause me, I'm from the streets, and we don't get down like that. We don't do all that. And so my wife, and now one thing I struggle with is dancing. That's the one thing I do not like to do. And I bet if I love to dance, but see, this is the thing. Just like what my wife tell me all the time, you can't have it all. Cause see, if I love to dance, that probably mean I'm dirt diggler. Cause see, with my nastiness in my past, if I love to dance, that mean I'm gonna be down there slow whining and grinding on everything. Got my thing between everybody cheeks out there on the floor. But because I'm a wallflower, that keep me cool, calm, and collected. That's how I could be 100% faithful man. If a man like to get out there on that dance floor and move his hips, you gotta watch him. So I let my wife know, like, listen, look now, you can't have everything now. You can't have no good, faithful, honest, trustworthy man who like to get out there and do the dirty wine to the Sean Paul. All that don't go together. You see what the men out there doing the dirty wine like to do in their free time. You see what I mean? So that's what I had to realize. Just like my wife tell me, listen, can't have this type of woman that you want and then expect me to be doing all this right here and all this. Cause it was a period in time where I was like, baby, you don't want to get one of them butt jobs everybody getting? I was considering it. But see, that ain't my body. I don't have to go through that. But it just started becoming the norm. I was like, okay, black women were born with a booty, but I'm watching a lot of white women getting booty jobs, Asian women getting booty jobs. I'm like, what's going on? So I'm just looking like, okay, this is the norm. So I said, baby, what you think about getting one of them booty jobs? She said, absolutely not. Never in a million years. So I had to realize, okay, the type of person, the type of woman that will go get injections into her butt is a different type of woman than my wife. Not to say that she's a bad woman or that she's any less than, but she is a different type of woman than my wife. And I love my wife and I married my wife, so I have to be comfortable and okay with everything that my wife is. And that also is a part of love languages, loving someone for who they are and the way they are. Not saying putting up with foolishness now and mistreatment, but I'm saying people are going to be different. And my wife, she taught me something one time, because she is very outgoing, and she real loud at the game. She done calmed down now for whatever reason. I guess maybe my son know more what he doing. She don't have to say as much, but she done calmed down. And she said something to me one time. She said, I don't tell you to get up and go talk to everybody and to dance at the parties. I let you be you. So let me be me. I was like, wow. You know what? That's deep there. So from then on, I just shut up. My wife be, hey, get up, get back, T, get back, get over there. And I be sitting beside her like, and I just let her be her. Men, they'll come up to me, boy, your wife's a feisty one, huh? Your wife, she gets into it. I said, yeah. She love it, man. She loves sports. I said, but ironically, she like that with every sport. She like that with tennis. She like that with golf. She like that with baseball. She like that with soccer. She just loves sports. And so I had to embrace who she is. And then I started to fall in love with that. Because see, at first it was so annoying because it's the opposite of my personality. And see, that is our problem. We want a clone. We want somebody to be just like us. So if my wife was just like me, my sons would be at the game and feel like they don't have any parents there. Because other parents typically have at least one parent who is loud. And so the other kids, they hear their mama or their daddy yelling for them. So from the Gaskin household, my sons need to have a parent that's yelling on their behalf. I'm not going to do it. I'm not that type of person. I'm not a yeller because I don't want everybody looking at me. I don't want everybody listening to me. I don't want people talking about me, thinking about me, none of that. I just want to fly under the radar when I'm out in public. I'm on here talking because I do this because this is part of my purpose. But outside of this, I'm quiet as a church mouse. I don't say a word. But I started to learn to appreciate my wife's voice. So then I'm giving her word. Hey, baby, tell him to pick it up. T, pick it up. So now I'm like, okay, now she's my megaphone. Hey, baby, tell Tatum to swing hard. Tatum, swing hard, swing fast. As soon as he says go, swing. I'm like, okay, yeah, all right, this working out, teamwork. You see what I mean? I start to embrace that and appreciate that. And then my wife, she found a way to brag about me. He is a speaker. He travels the world and speaks, but outside of that, he's very quiet. And he's just him. And she started to embrace that instead of looking like, here I go with the dumb mute husband who could talk but don't say nothing, so everybody think that something wrong with him. She could have took that approach. And she could have came to me and called a town hall meeting and say, listen, you're really making us look bad. And because my mama told me one time when I was growing up, she's like, son, look up, pick your head up and speak to people. People gonna think you're dumb. I was like, wow. Can I just be quiet? Do that mean I'm dumb? Because I'm not saying, like, can I just be quiet? But see, sometimes people will scar you. People will scar you and change you from who you are. My wife always tell me about when her stepmama taught her good posture. So she had her shoulders back, shoulders up, good posture. And then one of her little middle school or elementary, stop poking your chest out, trying to look like you have boobs. And from then, my wife just started slouching. Just from one comment, started slouching. Now all kind of back pain, neck pain from slouching. And that's where it come from. Way back elementary, middle school. And so when you in a relationship, you got to be careful what you say to your partner. And don't try to change them unless what you're asking them to change is detrimental. Now, it's totally different if you got somebody who they at the game, they get loud and then they fine off on people. Every game, and y'all in brawls every game. Okay, now, oh yeah, we got to change this. All right, this right here got to stop. This right here got to stop. And that's why I had to get on to my wife. I had to get with her like, listen, baby, it's okay to holler at your child. All right, talk to your child. Do not talk to the other team. Don't talk to them other team, because one time me and the dude got in a fight. He told me, "I knock you the F out. I knock." I said, "They'll read about you. You won't do nothing." So he ready to fight me. I'm really not no fighter. I'm a shooter. Okay, so the next day I come to the game. I got my gun on my waist. I ain't tell my wife. I ain't tell my sons. Just in case somebody was gonna have to die that day. I ain't want nobody to have to be a witness. I ain't want nobody to have to be on the stand. But if the man would have tried me that day, listen to me. I ain't gonna throw too many punches now. So lay down now. Now listen, you got kids to raise, I got kids to raise. Come on now. Cause I'll take you on up out of here. I ain't having no gun holster. I had a Louis Vuitton belt that I bought. That's the only belt I got. And I had on basketball shorts like what I got on right now. And I put that gun in my underwears and I wrapped that belt around my waist up under my shorts and tied that belt tight and went right on out there. Yeah, my gun on me, because I just saw a guy from where I'm from get shot and killed at his son football game. I said, "Oh, not me. I'm not gonna be the one. You want to go? All right, I'm gonna lay you down, buddy." God know my heart, and God know that I would have went to prison that day. So the man ain't say a word to me. He ain't look my way. He ain't say a word to me. I ain't say a word to him. But that's when I had to tell my wife, "Baby, stop talking to other people, because when you going off on these men, now these men want to jump back. Now they want to fight me. And then me, it's one end or the other. Either I ain't saying nothing or I'm gonna kill you. It's one or the other. Ain't no in between with me now, baby. So stop doing this for you have me up the road." And then I think she started to get it. And I later told them, probably weeks later, I told them that I had my gun on me that day. And somebody gonna lose their life. And she was like, "What? What?" I think she started to realize, like, listen, I'm saved now. But you got to remember what Apostle Paul was before he wrote them 13 books in the Bible. I'm an apostle now, but it's another side. And so she done calm down now. She'll talk to our son. She don't talk to nobody else. So, and then now when we go in public, I speak up a little more. I talk to people. I ad-lib. And I hold a little conversation. I pay attention to how she ad-lib, and I try to ad-lib. Just so I don't look like antisocial and don't want to be around nobody and looking down on everybody. I try to make conversation a little more. So I've grown in the areas I need to grow. She's grown in the areas she's need to grow. And we love each other for what we are, and we encourage and uplift each other. But then we also will check each other. And that is a part of your love languages in your relationship. Don't try to make your partner your clone. Don't try to make them just like you. Help them refine themselves so that they are not a danger to themselves, but don't try to make them just like you. Understand that right there. Hey, this is Tony Gaskin. God bless you. Listen to this another 20 minutes. Listen to the first 20 minutes again if you need to get to an hour. Now all my videos can't be an hour long because I don't want to repeat myself too many times. And so some stuff I got to go in deep, and then some stuff it just is what it is. And so I'm gonna give you the time that I could give you. Had to block a woman the other day. Stop getting on here talking about and you ain't got that much time. If you ain't got that much time, don't do the video. Just do the video or don't do the video. Block! Make a new page to say something else so I can block you again. Don't tell me what to say on my video, woman. About to call you a heifer like my grandma used to call y'all. Come on, don't you come on here telling me what I can say or can't say. I say, block! Hey, I do not be playing with that block button. And see, listen, I was like, okay, Tony, at what point do you get to where you stop reading the comments and blocking people? I said, well, I'm getting probably about there. But then, let me read them one more time. Every time I read them, 1, 2, 3, 4 people got to get blocked. So I say, see, this is why I got to keep coming. Because I'm not finna let the devil live in my comments. your little devilish spirit, your little evil spirit, your little nasty spirit, little spirit of discord. I'm not gonna let that live on my page. So I got to go through there and I'm pointing the devil out, block, all day long. If I said, hey, I just got to make that a part of my work. I don't work that much anyways, so let my wife tell it. So that's gonna be an extra hour of my work going through comments. Who got to get all day? Hey, and I recommend implementing it in your life. Blocking people. Sometimes you got to block people in real life. Sometimes you got to block them on social media. Sometimes you got to block them in both. But you got to protect your peace. Don't let nobody feel like they could come and just spew all they hate and all they disgruntledness and all they misery on you and make you miserable with them. Somebody like, I was up late last night. Lady thought she can come and slip one in. She gonna come about 1 a.m. I was still up. Happened to look at my comments. Let me look at these comments one more time. It was about 1 a.m. The comment was 1 minute old. I said, Lord, thank you. See, the Lord be looking out for me because the Lord don't want the devil in what we trying to do over here, doing the Lord's work. So I just happened to be up because of the World Series. And we finished and we sitting there, showered and everything, getting to bed. My wife went on to sleep. So I be winding down. So I wind down, I go read some comments because that's where I get my video ideas from. Based on what somebody didn't understand. They give me another video. Comment was 1 minute old. Hit that block. Tell me how that feel. Oh yeah, I got time for you. Oh yeah, I got time for you. Jesus took time for demons and called them out. Laid hands on them, prayed on them, called them. I got time for you. People like, oh, ignore it. No. If you ignore a demon, it gonna keep flourishing. It gonna keep spreading like wildfire. No, I got time. I'm laying hands on you. Block. Try me. Hey, this Tony Gasson. God bless you. We'll talk soon.